Hi, and welcome to the first episode, my first solo episode of the Find Focus show. Today we will talk about my favorite topic. It's about behavior change. Is it possible? Like, this episode is called Change or Die. And the truth is 90% of diets fail, 90% of your resolutions probably fail, and there's a 6% chance of success, for example, in groups like Alcoholics Anonymous, and it's really hard to change. Like, even if your life depends on it, like for example lung cancer patients, they have a really hard time quitting cigarettes even though they know they have to change. Or patients who got a bypass, some kind of heart disease, like even they are not able to change their lifestyle habits and their diet, even though it's mortal to them. And I always ask myself, why is it so hard to change? Why was it so hard for me to change my behavior? I mean, that's the whole reason and the whole purpose behind Find Focus. The Find Focus software is to change your behavior, to free yourself from internet addiction and bad online habits, so you can enjoy your life more, do the things that you really like instead of browsing your Facebook feed or watching another YouTube video, even though you know you want to work on something more important. And for me, it's all about making this world a better place and having the freedom of time to do what we want, to help the people we want, to serve the people who need our help. And this is what this episode is all about. And I would like to start with why are the chances so low? Why are so few people able to change? And I found that nature develops us only up to a point, and after that it's our own efforts that make a difference. So evolution is impossible without effort, and that's why it's unfortunately the rare exceptions, because you probably know it. I know it, at least for myself. I'm pretty lazy, and that's why I'm all about like leverage and hacking and life hacking and all this great stuff. But there's also a trap in here, and most people and I came to the realization that change is not possible for most people, because most people do not either want to change because they are happy with the life they are, even though they are complaining, or they do not know how to change. And this change takes a lot of preparation to really be able to change. Usually a major life event like an accident, a near-death experience, or just a lot of stories and environment and people you relate to. And I recently read the book Atomic Habits, and there I discovered change is possible. It's only possible like if you change your behavior, if you develop a new character. And it's not about like changing one habit, it's developing a new identity. And in order to change, we have to want it very much for a very long time usually. And that's what a lot of people lack, because there's some obstacles in the way. And the main obstacle for change, if you want to change any behavior, whether it's your diet or your internet habits or whatever it is that we think we already possess the qualities that we need to change. And we do not put any effort into acquiring the qualities, because we think we already have them, but a fact is we don't. And that's because we as humans, we don't know ourselves very well. Like I discovered like we humans are wired like a really complex machine. And I'm having an engineering background, and I have no idea about like how to develop complex machines or how they work, even though I'm trained in this field. But the human mind and the human in general is a much more complex machine than any machine that we could invent. And I found the basis for changes trying to not deceive ourselves, to stop lying to ourselves, to see things as they really are. And that's why what I love about philosophy. So there's actually, the concept of change is pretty simple. There's only 3 points that you need to remember. And first, you have to relate. Then you have to repeat a certain behavior, and in the end you will reframe your beliefs. So that's the key here. And I want to go into the different topics now, because the relate to relate to somebody, that's where all change starts. Like, you're listening to this podcast, you're listening to what I'm saying, and we are building a relationship right now, and I'm telling stories, and hopefully this will steer some of your emotions and make you rethink some of the beliefs that you currently have. And this is always about an emotional connection to a community or to a person. And for example, when I started, like one major shift for me was when I was working in a corporate job after getting my degree, engineering degree. I was working for Gazprom. If you don't know, that's in the oil and gas industry, one of the biggest companies in the world. But unfortunately, it was owned by the Russian state and the Russian government. And during that time, there was the Ukraine war, and basically the Russians were lying all around it. And at some point, I just could not stand. Like, I believe I'm a smart person. I don't know if that's really true, but I just could not stand it. It was going so much against my values that I did not care about like my huge salary there and everything. I just wanted to have like the freedom to really serve people, to make this world a better place. But that's so that's how I got started with Find Focus. And to actually make the jump from my job to entrepreneurship, somebody else had to sell me on belief. And one of the major influences for me was like online marketers like Eben Pagan and Russell Brunson and people like that, who really sold me that entrepreneurship is possible. And then I got into some coaching. I got coached by Andy Jenkins and Mike Filsame, and that's where I really experienced like they believed in me and believed in my cause and in my abilities. So I started this process of change, and it's a form of selling, like it happens in the form of role models and mentors and masterminds and coaches or people It's unbelievable how much the people who are close to us shape us. There's a thing that we are the average of the 5 people we spend most time with, and I spent a lot of time with just people like from the corporate world, and that was like led to huge limiting beliefs. But after a while, after listening tape after tape, or like one video session, YouTube video after another, like getting like into this whole universe, like Tony Robbins and personal development, Brendon Burchard, like all this repetition led me to believe that I'm able to change, and that I really want to change, and that I want to create something that will really make a difference in this world. So think about like, who are you relating to? Like, who are the people that you admire? Like, who are your role models? And then look at the habits and the skills that these people have, and then try to repeat them for yourself, like build processes. And this is a lot about learning and practicing and mastering certain skills. And then, of course, designing your environment in the right way. What is Find Focus about? But the key here and what's really hard to describe is that all of this will reframe, and you will build new ways of thinking and develop a new character. Like if somebody told me, like when I started my engineering degree in university, like you will become an entrepreneur, that was like basically, it did not make sense for me. Like, I was all about like making a huge salary and getting a good position and rising to the top of the corporate ladder, and it did not even make sense to me that some people were just content with a lower level position. Like I was so ambitious, but right now I develop new beliefs, and I believe it's really about living the life that we want to help more people, and it completely reframed my beliefs. And there needs to be some point, some person, some community who gives you hope, and that's what I want to tell you. Like, if you're struggling with internet addiction, or struggling with building your business, or you're stuck in a job, there is a way. But we just are not able to see it, maybe from the position where we are right now. But other people know the way, and I've followed these people for a long time, and now I want to show you the way that I discovered. And it's all about personal relationships. For example, like the environmental movement just got a new push from Greta Thunberg from Sweden, and so we are able to relate to a person like Greta, and it's really hard to change when it's not about knowledge. That's what I wanted to say. Knowledge is not power when the facts are too hard to bear. Like for environmental like change, like it's too much to think about, like that our planet will be destroyed if we are not care about our environment. And that's the thing about global warming. There's the facts, but there's also the fear and the denial and everything. And it's really hard to convince somebody whose salary depends on not understanding a subject to change. So that's rarely happens. So and it's for change, there's not like one size fits it all. It depends on your personal situation, like what's the right vehicle for you. Like even if some processes like 100% proven and it works for a lot of people, like your situation, maybe your family situation or your health situation might make it not work for you, so you have to adapt it. And that's why I believe coaching is such a great way. And the thing that you can start with today is I believe is paying attention. And I think this is a cure for almost everything. Like that's the basis of meditation and mental health, and just paying attention, and then just noticing when you pay attention, like how long was this attention present? How often are you really experience that you pay attention to something, that you're really conscious? And then think about what are you conscious? I think that's really the key to start the process of change, to start the process of stop lying to ourselves. And this takes special effort in studies and has to be a continuous process, and you have to control it. And that's why I built Find Focus to help me with this process. And that's why I'm starting like this Find Focus show now to serve you with daily reminders about like how can we stop lying to ourselves, how can we design our life to really experience the freedom and do the things that we want to do. And that's what I'm really looking forward to helping you ways that work for me. And if you like this episode, please hit the subscribe button, whether you're watching this on YouTube or on your favorite podcast app. And I'm really looking forward to hearing your comments, and seeing you tomorrow, or listening to, seeing you tomorrow. Have a great day.